You're listening to Productivity Monsters in the Morning. We are the energy volt your real estate business needs to get you up and out and excited and productive for the day. We go over trending topics and things that really matter in the market of the moment. Here are your hosts, Tiffany Hampton and Brooke Silva.
Good morning, my friend.
Hello.
Hello. Whew. It's been a week. It's only Tuesday.
I know. Monday was a lot.
This was the most Monday of Mondays I've had in a long time. I don't know if Gatorade is circling the moon and it's back to school and people are figuring out that if they didn't have anything in the pipeline,
Yep.
things are going to get messy here come the winter. There's a lot of energies floating around our universe right now in the one we have to work in every day.
Oh, yeah.
And wow, yesterday I think I drove home and didn't really speak to anyone until I called you. I literally open mouth was breathing like
Yeah. Well, and here's the deal. It's not complicated.
This is my favorite Tiffany. I know. Friends, like, you don't get to do this every day with her. Like, when she makes that face, I know we're in for something, and I'm not trying to downplay how serious this is, but buckle up. Here we go.
Well, here's my problem.
Okay.
And my solution.
Yes.
It is not complicated.
It really isn't. And it's not easy, but it's not complicated.
No, I don't even want to hear that because that is just ridiculous. Here's the deal. At the end of the day, this is a relationship built business. Look at you laugh at me.
I just love this part of you.
It drives me mental. Only thing you need to know is your numbers. This is such a math game, like such a math game. And here's the deal. It's really simple. And they've been like driving this home and I knew it. And yet, like, for the last 3 weeks, all they've been doing is talking about this one subject that I'm going to talk about right now. And here's the deal. If I hear one more person say to me, I have no business. You know why you have no business? Because you're not talking to 100 to 200 people every single week. And here's the deal. It goes numbers, which gives you accountability and reporting.
Yes.
And you can't know how to run your business if you don't have your numbers because you don't know what's right and wrong.
Here's my other problem with that is you said these terms like 20 times and our friends are just not getting this. You said business owners. Could you imagine if we walked into a McDonald's, a donut shop, an auto mechanic, and nobody was talking? Nobody called us to let us know our coffee was ready. Brooke, number 4, and they spell my name wrong on my coffee cup. Like, nobody.
Don't get me started on that because, like, when you get me down that road, McDonald's is a franchise.
But listen on this one. I don't get pissed off when Starbucks gives me notifications or emails about stars or what's coming soon on the menu.
Yeah.
Most of our agents don't either, or people who live in this world. Yet we live in a world where they are counting in a negative way, touches they make, failed attempts, and they're so worried about the numbers and making sure people know they're in real estate or making relationships that they're afraid to do it. Yet we live in a world where we are bombarded by messages, and the messages we need to hear stick out, like all my birthday messages about my free stars at Starbucks. Like, I'm not mad that they sent me 20 emails over the last 2 days.
Yeah, no, if I don't want to here's the other part of it. If I don't want to hear it, I just delete you.
It's not that difficult. Why can't we relate something as easy as that? It's a numbers game to Starbucks, to Target, to Walgreens, to McDonald's. It's got to be a numbers game for us as well, but we care differently about our clients. How many times have you heard our real estate friends say, my clients become friends and family? Well, obviously not, because you're not calling your database.
Yeah. Well, and let's just, I mean, you're the warm and fuzzy with the hugs and whatever, right? And I'm the one like, let's just talk logistics and like get real. Because at the end of the day, it really is. Yes, you need to be in relationship and that's important. However, you know that you're succeeding because you're tracking. So when you know your numbers, you know your reporting, you know your accountability, and then that turns into metrics, which your metrics tell you what's effective, what's not effective, right? And then there's consulting ability in what's effective and not effective. And then your metrics turn into insights. And your insights are, okay, cause and effect. If I do this, then this, right? And
I
then
think one of the
you
hard
duplicate
they're
it.
not tracking.
Do you
Like they
duplicate it? Do
can't
you
see the
change it?
success.
Yeah. And that's the
I
thing.
do.
Like once you know all of that, then you can change. But this idea, like, and I think I'm a little fueled on this because I deal with it, and I dealt with it yesterday. And then this morning at like 6:45 a.m., I get a text message because somebody texted me something that somebody put on Facebook about how they're not succeeding. And the only thing I want to do is like, keyboard warrior. Well, are you tracking your numbers and are you
Do
talking
it.
to 100 to 200 people? Because if you're not, then hello, your business is going to not be great. And yeah, you have to hustle and work hard at the beginning. And then you make a decision. How do you scale it?
You do. You do.
Yeah.
And it is a habit. If you have never owned a business, if you never had to do anything involving computers or data management, you do have to get good at it. I'm meeting with teams who are living on post-it notes and dry erase boards, and their businesses are going down and down and down because they're not keeping up with clients and systems that help them stay personal. And these are great agents.
Well,
But
and
there's got to be a point where you wake up and do it.
I'm sorry, but back in 1973, there were no computers that ran your business. So I'm cool with you using post-it notes and all that if that's what you desire to do, as long as you have a system and process behind it. If you don't have a system and process behind it, hello, where are you wrong? Everything is a system and process.
I almost invited you to a face group yesterday, and I did it. I did it. I was like, you know what? She does not need this in her life. She's going to go mental. I still may do it if you make me mad today, so we'll see. One of the things we were talking about was a 36 touch. Somebody said, I'm trying to integrate blah, blah, blah into my 36 touch. Who has done it before at a high level and had success? And the person went on to say, I'm not looking for closings. I'm looking about happy client engagement, like posts on Facebook and some different things. Can I tell you, I knew exactly who's not a KW agent or an agent who's in a brokerage who teaches them anything, because people lost their friggin' minds
Mhm.
over a 36 touch. And
I saw that. I actually saw your response.
I
Mhm.
thought my response was well written,
Oh yeah.
because all I said, I love this question. Nobody told you to touch them 36 times in 36 minutes. Here's what it looks like. And I broke it down. And then I reached out to the person who I thought was the group owner, who's a KW person. She's like, that is not my dumpster fire. And I was like, okay.
Yeah.
But it just goes to show you there are people in this world who don't get that number matters for a reason.
Well, it's what we talk about all the time. Every 11 days, they start forgetting you're in business, in real estate business. You might be their best friend, but how many thoughts? I mean, like 35,000 thoughts go through a mom's brain every single day. 35,000 thoughts. Like, number one, I don't know how I could potentially have 35,000 thoughts, but that's another
I
conversation.
can. I
Yeah.
can. We've been roomies for a long time. I
Yeah.
can see you and I get a hold of something. Like last night, I couldn't sleep. I could not sleep because I had one thought ping ponging around in my brain. And you know what it came out to? It was a numbers game this morning. I just had to open a spreadsheet, put something in, and I figured it out. But I didn't have, it's 2 in the morning and you just can't get out of bed to do something. If I had just gotten out of bed, written this down, I would have slept like a baby the rest of the night. Now,
Oh, yeah.
for my little headshots, I have bags today, but it's okay.
All right.
I'll hide those. But it was a numbers game, and I have the tools, I have the training, I have the education, I have the models, I have the systems, and all I had to do, and it had nothing to do with real estate and everything to do with like a home budget and some other things we have going on. I plugged it in. I said I've got to do XYZ, and my problem was solved like that. And I'm closer to a goal than I originally thought. Like,
Yeah.
so
Well,
much.
and here's the solution. And I will tell you, I am definitely not perfect at this, and I have my own set of problems when it comes around this
We're
whole
our
thing.
worst enemies. We're our
Yeah.
worst enemies when it comes to these things. We've talked about this.
But at the end of the day, here's the deal. Set your goal, understand your numbers, take actions, and when you want to quit, work harder.
Yep. And I don't think I ever want to quit.
People quit. People want to quit. People quit every day. Every day they don't lead generate, they quit their business.
That makes me sad.
If you don't have an appointment, you don't have a business.
Then you better get on the damn phone.
Right.
Better
It's
get out there.
100 to 200. If you have zero business right now, there's nothing else to do than to make phone calls. I mean, what are you doing? It's the left side of the business, the right side of the business. If the left side is lead generation and the right side is working the business, if there's nothing on the left side, there's nothing on the right side. So stop it. I mean, it's really that simple. Sorry.
It really is. It really is.
Easier said than done.
It is. It's easier said than done. We have to also remember not everybody's in the same stage. We hope by saying this over and over and over to you guys that eventually it will click. We are further into the process, and I think sometimes too the people I get to lead in this world get frustrated. Something happened yesterday where I knew how to make something happen in 10 seconds. I saw what happened, but I've been in this world a really long time. And I've had the pleasure of seeing a lot of problems. And some people would look at that as a negative thing. I look at it as I have one more piece of a puzzle that I now have a full picture when somebody else has that. There's no way I can truly impart that wisdom on everyone. I can only teach about the problem, how we resolved it, and what you got to do in the future to not have this happen.
Well,
And
yeah. The huge part of that is you and I have a great backstory, right? Everybody has a backstory. This is for another podcast. However, when folks don't share their backstory, you don't have relationship. So I don't earn trust in people until people understand my backstory.
And it is not easy to talk about. Let me tell you, I never talked about having a learning disability until I came to Keller Williams. I never verbally said it out loud because I thought it hurt me as an educator in my past corporate life. As a corporate trainer, who's going to trust somebody who has a learning disability? We're not taught to be vulnerable. We're not taught that those things can also have strength and empathy, right? I am a patient educator because I am an impatient learner because of my learning disabilities.
Well, and that's how you learn trust. You earn trust. You earn trust through your backstory. You learn trust by sharing the obstacles. You earn trust by sharing the opportunities, and then you earn trust by sharing the mission. Like if we all, no matter what role, whether you're in leadership or you're an agent or you're a support, like if you just know those things, and we talked about that in the past. I mean, that's learn it by boom. It's boom. Backstory,
Right.
Obstacles, opportunities, mission, period. If you shared that with every one of your clients, there would be trust.
There are. And I think that's the only thing that sets apart sometimes, besides knowing your numbers and being good at the basics, that empathy, that vulnerability. Oh, I said it right today. Is what's going to set people apart. I do business with people I truly enjoy. Right? I'm working in a world right now where I'm trying to stand up a networking chapter, a non-BNI networking chapter. And the greatest thing they said to me, the people who are coaching me, is surround yourself with people who give you energy, not take your energy. And you will have a chapter that will bloom. And I said, well, isn't that perfect business advice? When you set yourself apart and you surround yourself with people who give you energy instead of taking your energy, your business changes.
Absolutely.
So find the person in your world that's going to help you with those numbers. Find the person in the world. This is not a slight on you. I am not a math person. I need a spreadsheet to be able to say, I want to make this much, back me into it in the math. Like I have to back into everything with a spreadsheet. I have so many stickers, mugs, and little plaques that say, ooh, this calls for a spreadsheet, because that's how I learn. And that's how I figure it out. So reach out to us. We have tools.
yeah.
I have tools on my website. We have so many things to help you. And sometimes when you do it with somebody who's done it for hundreds, if not thousands of agents, it's a lot easier and you're going to feel better. Let's get you set up for 2024. 23 is done. 23 is done.
You know, and I'm offering mini coaching sessions. So if you need a mini coaching session, have at it. We're here for you. All right, my friend. Have a great day.
Have a great day.